Hello everybody, hope that you are well and welcome to today's cryptocurrency technical analysis. It is only 9:30 in the morning, but it seems pretty dark around here now, so I'm here to lighten up the moods, lighten up your life and lighten up your trading skills with a technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, as always, we are currently in a range. I'll talk you through this and I will give you my current massively important level of resistance. Yeah, I'll go through that one with you and I'll explain why it's such a big resistance. And we'll also cover a little bit of support now. How does that sound? Does that sound absolutely like your wildest dreams? Hello, everybody. Hello. Dark Daniel, we've joined the dark side. It's not too hot at the moment, so this is like the perfect time. As I'm always going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be as kind as to give us a lovely little retweet, show your love, show the support for the stream, for the content. If you want to come over and give a like and a retweet to this one, while also, of course, absolutely smashing the likes on this YouTube video, hey, that's more than I could ever ask for, and I will say thank you ever so much from the bottom of my heart. So, Bitcoin. Wow. Let's go into this then. 1 second, amigos míos. Let me just do this. Give a refresh to the one and only. One and only. La 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 la. You'll have to let me know. Is this stream like lagging at all? Please let me know in the comments if this stream is lagging, because for me it feels like my connection is so slow. You'll have to let me know if it is lagging or not. Hopefully it's all right. If it's all right, then I'm going to continue, but we'll have to wait and see then. So yeah, to begin then, let's go. So Bitcoin right now, as we all know, we obviously had the run of $30,000. And how long were we waiting for that? Obviously, well, just under a month we were waiting for the run of $30,000. Why were we so confident we were going under $30,000? As I was saying yesterday, basically that's where everybody had their stop losses, and we were waiting for one of two things. Should we breach $30,000? A run of $30,000 and a cascade. And obviously that didn't happen. Price held up around that $29,000. And of course, it ended in a massive bear trap, e.g. people shorting down here, basically getting absolutely wrecked. And we see a very quick rise to the upside. What I will tell you here, ladies and gentlemen, is if you would like to see the trade of the week, and for the people that don't know, trade of the week is the bank stuffing trade of the week from the Champions live streams that I'm giving every Sunday. If you would like to see last Sunday, so literally like 4 days ago, the Champions live stream, the last Champions live stream that I done. If you would like to see the trade of the week from that, because I feel it's like one that is just going to absolutely blow your mind. I really feel it will. If you would like to see that, I suppose let me know in a comment down below, and I will release that one to the public, because it was a kind of a special one. Basically, the way predicting all of the moves down here. Hey, I'll let you see it for yourself, because I'm sure there's people, well, actually, I know there's people in disbelief. There really are. So if you want to actually see the video, let me know. And hey, if enough people would like to see it, I'll release it to the public. If not, it's for the champions still. But anyway, obviously that trade setup is still in play. And it was obviously a long position. And I'm personally still in the long right now. Okay, so that's just a little thing to remember. I was a long from the trade of the week on Sunday, and I'm still in that long position right now. But you might be thinking to yourself, okay, Daniel, so what's the resistance that you're up against right now? Okay, obviously, if you remember, you already know this, because I done a whole live stream on it yesterday. But for the people that don't know, should we tell them? That would be kind of us, wouldn't it? Basically, the resistance that we're up against right now. Well, I'll show you first. I'll show you first of all a post of myself. Obviously, I do the daily updates as well. And in my daily update yesterday morning, I gave this key resistance level, 32,850. I'll give you 3 guesses what this one might be. 32,850 was the key resistance that I gave to my team yesterday morning. And have a guess where we bounced off of. If we come over to our key resistance last night, we bounced off of 32,850. So yeah, I know there's going to be people in disbelief, but yes, we along the absolute bottom, and yes, I personally had a short from the exact high. Why? Because I was ready and waiting for this level. And now for the people that want to know why this level is, it's not just magic, although it might look like it. This is obviously the range point of control. So it's the point of control of the whole range there. You see this coming in, bam, 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 right on 38250. Absolutely perfect. You couldn't have got much more. Well, you literally couldn't have got much more perfect than it. So that is, as I will tell you, there is never, ever, ever a random pivot in trading. And I know people, well, there's never a random pivot in trading. This had a technical reason for the bounce, and this had an absolutely perfect technical reason for the rejection. On top of that, not only was the level itself respected, but also, as I was explaining yesterday, we had a massive increase in open interest upon taking that high. You might think to yourself, Daniel, does this mean we have to reverse from here? Does this mean we have to go all the way down? Of course not. Of course not. But nevertheless, believe me or not, this is a good short position. Obviously, you might think right now, hey, it's not that great of a short. All we've done is put in a higher low, and we're building a higher high, potentially a higher low, and we just do this. Straight through the level. Well, yeah, obviously that's possible, but it's still a good short position, and nobody can deny this. Well, actually, some people might want to deny it, but it's a good short. So yeah, that's the way. That's basically a massive level of resistance. Yeah, why is this such a big level of resistance? It is the range point of control of the whole entire range. Yeah, so naturally that's going to be a big level. For the people that don't know, point of control is the level where the most volume is transacted. So you have to think there's a lot of people getting out break even that were like sat underwater. You know, there's going to be people like myself that view this as a short position. And what you have to remember is, you know, one thing I've said this many times, but a good trader needs to have more than one account. Why? Because you can simultaneously hold your longs and your shorts at the same time. It's just like when I was longing at 29k, I still had a short open because I don't see the point in closing shorts while you are below resistances. So it's like this, for example, you know, let's say you were in no position until you had the long yesterday. Let's say you got into a long yesterday. I don't necessarily think you need to close the long yet because you haven't lost support, but nevertheless, you would still simultaneously think that that is a good short to hold at the same time. So when you take that short off of the key resistance, doesn't mean that you close your long positions. Why? Because you haven't lost support. Just like when we were taking the long down here, first, this is more for a swing trade, of course. It doesn't mean you need to close your swing shorts. Why? Because you haven't actually reclaimed resistance as support. And this is like the next level of trading that unlocks, I think, that when you start to get into this sort of hedged mode and you start to view the market in the correct way that you should view the market, well, suddenly making money is, in essence, easier. Because I know a lot of people don't like it when I will, happily say, hey, I have a short from the high and a long from the low. You know, you get the comments of, hey, this guy is just doing this so he can never be wrong. Well, imagine I'm not doing YouTube videos because I was doing this style of trading before I'd done YouTube. And imagine you're in a position where you cannot be wrong. Why can you not be wrong? Well, you have a short from the high. Mine's actually from $41,000. And have a long from $29,000, well, $29,400 to be precise. So I have a short from the absolute high, a long from the absolute low, and now an intraday short from the absolute high of this move. And I know people are going to be really surprised by this, but you just have to remember, I was calling these levels in advance. This is not hindsight. I literally gave those levels in the morning. And now I am in a position where I cannot be wrong. And this isn't just something, oh, I'm not just doing this to be on a YouTube video to say, you know, the thing is, this is the style of trading that you need to learn. Yeah, this is the style of trading that is a professional level of trading. You know, your average traders don't do what I do because they don't comprehend it, or they're not at the skill level to be able to produce it, I suppose. But if you aim to actually be a profitable trader, you need to mimic what I do, because I've said it once, so I'll say it again. I am trading this. I won't say the best. I'll just say one of the best in the whole of the world right now. Yeah. Whole of the world, and it is undeniable. Please smash the likes right now, and I will give you the trade of the week from Sunday, because when you see that video from trade of the week, the level of 5D chess, the level just so far ahead of the competition. You need to see the video. You need to see the video for yourself because it's next level trading. It really is. But, moving on, you just need to get into that, the level that I'm at where you will happily hold two positions at the same time. You do not need to be overexposed to longs. You do not need to be overexposed to shorts. You just need to take sensible positions at sensible levels now. So if you have a good short position, e.g. when we're at 41k, obviously when we're back testing the point of control, these are good shorts. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But this is what we call a hedge. Yeah. So you are essentially hedged per se. If we are to, fall down here a little bit, I'm not necessarily thinking we go all the way down, but if we fall down here a little bit and continue to, the mini range going on here, when you are falling down here, you are, in my opinion, more likely to take the scalp long off the back of it. Why? Because you then still have that, it's not really a scalp short, but like a bit of a day trade short, I suppose, on the back of your hand. So firstly, it adds more confidence to your trades. I truly honestly believe that it gives you more confidence to take the long here if you are hedged with a short. That way, if you are to take the long at the range low and it just falls straight down, you are out of the long position and you still have the short running. Yeah, you can start to see how this is a good start of trading, no? But then if we actually do this and we get into the range and we get back above, then obviously you can start to close your shorts or scale out the shorts, scale into the long a little bit harder. It all comes down to position sizing. You have to be pretty good at, understanding how your position sizing works. But yeah, it's really, really not that difficult. It's not overly difficult to comprehend why you would hold two positions at the same time. But it's really invaluable. And I really do think it's going to make you a better trader, not only on the higher term timeframes, but also on the lower term timeframes to add that layer of confidence. Like subconsciously, it adds the layer of confidence to take the opposite side of the trade. Yeah. Would have I had the confidence to long 29,400 if I didn't have a short at the high? Well, probably yes, I would have, to be honest with you. But it helps by having that short at the same time because I knew, hey, if I lose this long, I'm going to lose a bit of money on it, but I'm still got my head running off of the short. So yeah, I just feel it's a really, 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 really good style of trading that not many people talk about. And why don't many people talk about it? Well, because obviously you don't get in the absolute maximum amount of money, but hey, you still make a hell of a lot of money on it. So, I don't think you need to worry about that. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk you through briefly, first of all. So yeah, giving you the really important levels. And of course, that 32,850 is the range point of control. I think we can all agree that's a big resistance level. And obviously, if we're breaching this, it's kind of, I have given all of these levels in the past because the levels are exactly the same, really. We obviously would be moving up then to around about 450. I can't remember, actually. Did we have this going on here? Yeah, so it's basically up at those highs. So yeah, you got about, you would argue the next resistance above here is just 34k, but then you could be looking up to, it's basically $1,000 increment now. You got $33,000, $34,000, $35,000. This is the thing. Yes, we do have a trade of the week, which is looking for higher, but we do not just throw out every single level of resistance above you because these are all obviously potential reversal levels, but getting above the point of control would be a massive, massive sign of strength. Let's not lie. That would be a very big sign of strength. But this is obviously the current resistance. If we flip this into support, yes, we can look to $35,000 and expect some form of resistance. But as long as we then are holding and flipping that point of control as support, you would be very confident, I would have thought, in your swing longs. Ultimately, of course, we can be looking up to that bigger resistance up at around $37,000, $38,000, which is obviously these last highs into the CC, if you can't remember. That was the CC. Into the CC. As you all know, this was a pretty easy short a few weeks ago now, but we still have that CC going on, so that's obviously about just over $37,000. I know for a fact we had 38,800 as another resistance, and then obviously you're back up at the top of the range, which is obviously about $42,000. Seems like a long time to go, so you might argue it's quite far away, and I agree with you, it's quite far away, but we obviously have a very nice potential if we can get past this next resistance level. And it is kind of as simple as that. And I hope you don't feel that this is, I always get the comments. I always get the comments of, oh man, this guy just brags too much. But the thing is, I think it's bragging if I'm not actually producing results and I'm just like fabricating the truth. But because this is so, literally, I just feel like I really want people to just understand, how we're getting these levels, how we're trading like we're trading, because it's just so powerful. And if you just turn off the negative thoughts of, oh, this guy's bragging, and just listen to what I'm saying and learn from what I'm saying, it's just like, I truly feel my tips can change your actual life in trading, in terms of changing your whole perspective of this market. The whole way that you trade is powerful. And I will show you this little thing here, and this is to do with Fibonacci time. I've said it once and I've said it and I'll say it now. Fibonacci time is my #1 favorite tool in the market. I absolutely love Fibonacci time. And it's like yesterday in the contenders live stream, we were talking about this high that was put in and how I was predicting that it was more likely that we put in our range here. Why? Because we need Fibonacci time to catch up with the move. E.g., if we had just fell down straight away, it was not a good long. Yeah, I would not, I quote myself, I would not have longed if we had just fell straight down. Why? Because we didn't have the speed fan, we didn't have Fibonacci time. But from recognizing, actually, it's much more likely to put in the range to catch up with Fibonacci time, to catch up with the speed fan. Well, that is also went exactly as predicted. We have range then for the next, well, what is this, over like 12 hours now? Like for the last, basically 15 hours, we put in the range. So it's like using some of these tools, they are absolutely incredible. It's like how many people would have thought that we put in the range here yesterday? I don't think many people really. I don't know. I don't think many people would have. But when you start to understand, why is it much more likely that we're actually going to consolidate here? Well, it's because you obviously had your single prince of support, obviously moving up to the VWAP. You had the fact that you had no fib time catching up with you, which I think is a big layer of support. You hadn't, of course, would have hit that 618 speed fan. And obviously the move needs to cool down. You were on a massive trend day. Like we were saying yesterday, we are on a massive trend day. So yesterday was a big trend day, yeah? This is not. But yesterday we were on a massive trend day. But that trend day topped out. Where did it top out? At our key resistance. So it was a sensible place for a potential reversal, no? So when you acknowledge, yeah, we had a really big trend day, but we've actually just hit the first like major level of resistance there. Of course, that also factors into we'd put in a range, no? So it's not only Fibonacci time, of course, but when you factor in Fibonacci time, the speed fan, and being able to read the context of the market, that yeah, we're in a trending day, but we've just hit into a major key resistance level. I mean, surely it adds up to you of thinking, yeah, we're going to put in a range. And just to show you, on this is the top volume candle, 554 million, and it was about 62 million shorts we were looking at yesterday, no? 62 million short positions, opened within that candle. So it was a high volume candle, enough to like put a stop to the move at the very least. So let me see if we have any questions. I will see if we have any questions. Hola, Paul. Can't tell if he's trolling. No, how am I trolling? No, I'm literally not trolling. I'm being serious. Do you have a long account and a short account? Yes, I personally have two. Well, I have more than two Bybit accounts, but yeah, I think at the very least you want two Bybit accounts. If you trade on USDT on Bybit, you can actually enter a long and a short on the same account. If you want to trade Bitcoin USD, then either you can use the perpetual swaps and the expirational futures, and then only have one account, or you have to have two accounts. Yeah. See other questions that we have at the moment. Losers complain, winners train. Amen, my friend. Can you show the speed fan? Yes, I will show the speed fan for you. It was just this one right here. There you go. That's the speed fan that I was looking at yesterday. Where were we? That's the thing I hate about these streams. Yeah, you got to deal with me able to getting too overhyped, I suppose, too excited. A lot of people hate the streams, but hey, this is the thing. I'm not for everybody, and I don't mean to be for everybody, I suppose. Love me or hate me. I'm not that bothered at the end of the day. Don't worry, master. You are entitled to brag. That's what you call bragging is my inspiration. Yeah, I think people either, yeah. I'm not going to go on about it. People love it or hate it. If you hate it, click off the video. And at the end of the day, for me, I think it's your loss. If you click off the video, it's your loss, literally. I lose nothing from it. So, see if we have any proper questions in here. Yeah, I think Fibonacci itself is very useful, but obviously Fibonacci time, it's a really underrated tool because I just think a lot of people don't really understand Fibonacci time. Why are you streaming in such dark, mate? Hashtag dark mode. Hashtag dark mode. Everything. Take it or leave it. You are killing the market. Yeah, man. Yeah, so somebody says, so so somebody says, what is the range that we have going on? Well, the range is really simply from the key resistance, which is 38,250. And again, I think you can give this a bit of space because we've rejected off this now once. Then we can move this up slightly to give it room for a failed auction. So we can say that that is basically around 3,200, 33,000 to 33,200. I think is fair now to say that's the next resistance. Give space for the failed auction above this high, and obviously the support. Wow, I just drew the fib speed fan for you, and that's obviously the support is coming in at about 31,200. I think on the 31,200 again, view it as a little bit of a zone. But about 31,200 ish. And basically, we're looking at the potential range to form between those two levels. And this is the thing. I don't think you need to be ultra bullish at the moment or ultra bearish at the moment on a day trader's perspective. Yeah, I think you can look for the long at the low of the range and look for the short up at the potential high of the range. If we break the high of the range, which is obviously our key resistance, I think we can look up to that $34,000, then $35,000. We obviously know 31,200-ish. Is our support. If we lose that, then we're going to be looking down towards the last area of consolidation here, about 30,700. If we lose that, of course, we're looking back down to 30,300. So this is the thing. And this is what I will exclaim frequently. You do not need to know what's happening next. So the thing that you have to remember is nobody knows with a 100% certainty what is happening next. So if you tell me now, Daniel, tell me with 100% where price is going next. Of course, I couldn't with 100% accuracy say where price is going next. The same as nobody in the world can say where price is going next. And that's the beauty of the market. But what you have to know is your levels where you want to short, your levels where you want to long. And that is it. Like, you do not, there's a famous saying, yeah? You do not need to know where price is going to make money. And that's something to think about, yeah? Just think about that for a second. You do not need to know where price is going to make money. You might think, how is that possible? Surely you need to know where price is going. Well, that's the thing. You do not need to know where price is going. All you need to know is the levels you want to trade. Yeah? And just let that click into your brain for a second. It's irrelevant here if price goes up or down. For us as traders, it really doesn't matter. We could crash down to $23,000. We could pump to $50,000. For us as traders at the core of trading, it's irrelevant to us. But also even in this mini range, it's kind of irrelevant in that regards. If we drop from here, we know our levels. If we rise from here, we know our levels. So which way this range breaks is anybody's guess. That would be a guess. For me to say, yeah, we're definitely going up, I would look like an idiot to people that know what they're on about. Yeah, the only people that say, yeah, this is definitely happening are, your snakes the snake salesman, yeah, the oil salesman or whatever. Like, Nobody knows where price is going from here. This could, this is going up or down. And I'm not going to tell you 100% I know what's going to happen. All I know is I know my levels to trade. and that's all I need to know, yeah? That's all I need to know. I can have my ideas and I can have my predictions, which obviously are aiding me in taking my trades. But at the end of the day, the next tick up or down here, that's a complete guess. Nobody knows the next tick up or down. The only thing that you know are the levels you want to trade. When you start to really acknowledge that and really understand that, and I think it removes a lot of pressure from yourself, and it also removes a lot of pressure from the market, because you totally understand, you do not need to know about price. You don't need to know with 100% certainty where price is going. You just need to know the levels you want to trade. Yeah. It really is as simple as that. Doing your analysis, marking out where you want to trade, and then when it comes to it, taking the trade. Yeah, because I do know some people got scared at the lows to take that long. They all thought it was coming down lower, for example, or just people get scared. But at the end of the day, thinking where you were in the grand scheme of things, remembering, for example, I've taken longs and other people have taken longs. What made you scared to long that CC? Yeah, well, you have to think to yourself, because I don't know, because I was in a long. But why would you not take this when you have the confluences? Well, the only reason I think that you'd not take that is because you're scared, or you just think it's going lower. But why would you think it's going lower? Is there anything on the chart that's telling you it's going lower here? Or is it your emotions that's telling you, I think this is going lower? Well, remember, and I'm telling you this to help you, it doesn't matter what you think at this moment in time. If you're coming down to the CC and you're clearly gaining support here, and you're in a context where you have a trade of the week set up, which is a pretty good confluence, you would imagine. You've seen myself, I've been entering longs on the day. I'm holding this for my swings. You have to think to yourself, what makes you think it's going lower at this point? Well, it's 100% your emotions. And I know for a fact a lot of people got scared to take the trade. And the only way you can build on that and not get scared to take that is obviously by experience and winning. The more that you win, the more confidence you're going to have to take that. I didn't take the CC, by the way. I took the swing failure pattern. But nevertheless, you just got to think to yourself, when you see this, why would you think price is going any lower at this moment in time? Well, the only reason you might think price is going lower is because, literally because you're scared. It can be the only reason. It's an emotional response to the market. Whereas if you had, were ready and prepared for the fake out of $30,000, you were confidently looking for your longs down here rather than scared to take the longs. I don't feel sorry for anyone, I guess, because it's part of the game. You got to take those losses. You got to miss those trades to get better. If you just win every trade, then it's just not going to be that realistic, is it? So especially as you're a beginner trader, you got to miss those trades. You got to take those losses to improve at the end of the day. So yeah, that's a little bit of a tip, I suppose. See if there's any final questions, I suppose, and then I will wrap this one up, I think. Obviously, we're looking for this range to occur. I think we got the fib time's obviously coming in about 2 to 3 hours. So I think we got a bit more of a range to go on in here. And again, I've given you the support and resistance of today. Obviously, 32,850 was our resistance where we bashed off of yesterday. I think we can look up to around 33,200 as the top resistance, and then 31,200 as the support. If we lose these levels, we know the levels to then trade it down to next, and the level to trade it up to next. So you know the levels, and now it's down to, do you have the confidence to trade them? Basically, of course, we don't just need to blindly look at the levels. We can obviously look at the volume as it's coming in, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen during this stream. We got another few hours left for fib time, so it's probably just going to do nothing for the next few hours, to be honest with you. So we have one lovely guy. Hello, Matthew Norse. 32,800 was the point of control of all three ranges back to the all-time high. Hashtag CC Paul. Yes, Matthew, you are correct. You are correct. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why it was a key resistance. That's why it was a key resistance. Like, yeah, we obviously had lots and lots and lots and lots of volume on that level, which, yeah, naturally is a, it's got to be a big resistance level, no? Love hearing you talk about trading so much, Dan. You've got to save up for the CC. Hey, there you go, mate. There you go. Message customer service. You can have a free Chart Champions membership. There you go. Say your how are we going to prove this? Take a print screen of your name, Shiva Katori. Take a print screen of your name up the top of YouTube. Send it to customer service, and you can have a free Champions membership. How about that, mate? There you go. You don't need to save up anymore. You can have it for free. There you go. And using that free month of membership, hopefully you learn enough to make something of yourself. But there you go, mate. Message customer service. There's a free month. How do you figure out the CC, Dan, man? Well, the CC is pretty, it's basically using Fibonacci. So let's do like the reverse CC pull. So we pulled a fib from the low here up to the high. And so this is our CC Fibonacci level. Yeah, it's using Fibonacci, and we go from the low to the high. A lot of people will refer to this as the golden pocket. The CC is like my, so the golden pocket is slightly adjusted. My levels are slightly different with this bottom of the CC being lower. And that's basically from my own trading statistics. I realized basically the golden pocket itself was becoming really, really, really overused. And it was continuously getting, lower drops. E.g., a lot of people would long the .65 and not, and it was just a continuous pattern of it actually just dropping slightly through it. And yeah, so that's why I got the CC, basically running statistics off the golden pocket and realizing, hey, this is no longer useful because maybe too many people used it, or now we're just getting heavier retracements in general, or it wasn't a heavier retracement, it was just a slight adjustment, But then this is the thing, those slight adjustments, those little changes, that's what changes the winner, that's what changes the losing trade into the winning trade. And I feel that the CC, even now, I've been using this for quite a while now, but even for myself, I run my own statistics, and I do think those CC values are going to change off of what I've, noticed myself. We're getting a lot. Yeah, I just say that I think that the values are going to change, but I don't want to say anything too early. I'm still running my data, but yeah, give it a month, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have changed my CC values. But yeah, let's keep that for a public members video. Next guy says, how do you get your major levels? Yeah, so that's a really good question. So obviously every day, well, Monday to Friday generally, I do a trading update. I give my key support and a key resistance. And the way that I get these levels are levels where I feel are massively influential to the market. E.g., there's a level with a lot of confluence. If we break the key resistance, well, it becomes key support, doesn't it? The same as if we break key support, it becomes a key resistance. So basically, they're levels that I find on the chart, which 9 times out of 10 are very well respected. Obviously, not always, but pretty often. You see a reaction from it, even if it's only for the scalp. As we saw, we basically rejected it absolutely perfectly. But again, could it be just for the scalp and we do this and break up? Of course. But nevertheless, it was still the absolute high that held us down for 15 hours. So... the levels are really well respected, and the way I get them is off of levels of confluence. See what else we have in here then. Somebody says, do you use Ikamochu Cloud and Bollinger bands? Not that much anymore. I used to actually trade with Ikamochu Cloud and Bollinger bands. But yeah, really not anymore. My style of trading has greatly changed really over the past, year, I would say. My style of trading, I think, has changed quite a lot. Where, yeah, now I never, ever, ever use Bollinger or Ikamochu Cloud anymore. I literally can't remember the last time I used it. I literally can't remember. Probably like 1 year or 2 years ago. So yeah, no, I do not use them anymore. I know obviously the theory and stuff behind them, But no, I literally don't use them anymore. I think I'll do one more question and then we'll end. Why did you think there would be a lot of stop losses at 30k as there are wicks to 28k as well? That's obviously a really good question as well. So the question is, and I will tell you, why did I think that there was going to be a fake out of 28? Sorry, what was the question here? Load it up on the screen again. The question was, why did you think there was a lot of stop losses at $30,000 as there are wicks to 28k as well? Well, this is the thing. Obviously, my thought process, and I did do this in a public video, just like a little bit under the cot. You have to remember, I do differentiate between my public videos and members videos. Like, obviously, in a members video, I'm much more direct, whereas in a public video, I'm a little bit leaving it in the open. You know, you have to think that I am still trading with a lot of money myself, and if I do this in public videos, you get, you know, it's not really worth it for me. But yeah, basically my thought process was literally dump and take the stop losses, please, because I knew everyone was trading from this falling wedge. Yeah, I knew people were trading from the falling wedge. I knew a lot of people were saying Bitcoin never under $30,000. So I knew for a fact, if we run those stops, we run $30,000, we hit everybody's stop losses, equals a lot of people getting absolutely like wrecked. And me as a trader understands how this market works, and it is literally run off of liquidations, e.g. a lot of people getting wrecked. And that was the number one opportunity to build a higher low above this low. I didn't want to see that taken out. I wanted to build a higher low. So that's why when we were at 29,400-ish, I knew that the invalidation was below this low for the long, because I didn't want to see that lost. And we had wrecked a lot of people. We had seen many liquidations. We were seeing hundreds of millions of shorts open at the low. You just got to take your opportunities. So yeah, why did I not think we were going to breach this low? Well, really, I wanted to build a higher low above it. So we have built that higher low, yeah? We did build a higher low. And that's just based off of the invalidation. So yeah, my thought process, I must admit, was really simply that breaching 30k is going to wreck a lot of people. It's going to make a lot of people scared. Which I think they got scared. People were scared to enter longs. It made a lot of people enter shorts. E.g., this was a perfect place. If you think like a market maker, this is the perfect place to fill a really big long no. Because you've shaken out the market. They're FOMOing in on the rise because they were too scared to long at the lows. They're FOMOing in on the rise. You're able to sell your bags. You know, for example, off that trade of the week, I have hit my take profit 1. So like that's a guaranteed profit whatever happens. And I did write that in my group yesterday as well, you know. Take profit 1. Oops, not Typhoon. CCD. TP1. There you go. Take profit 1 hit on the trade of the week setup for me. Guaranteed profits now. So yeah, I've hit my take profit 1. And obviously I took a short off of that high as well. I still have a percentage open off the long, of course. But yeah, I just think you have to remember this was for a person wanting to fill a large long. You easily filled a large long down here. You've got the FOMO underway. Why was there so much FOMO? Because you actually smashed through the resistance here. I was looking at resistance about 30,100. You smash through it, and then you continuously build these higher lows. So anybody waiting for a retracement is forced to buy in higher. And it kind of played in really nice where we reached the maximum FOMO. And I will show you this on a lower term time frame. We reached like maximum FOMO on this candle. You see this maximum FOMO, 55 million longs entering. It was the most during the whole rise, which is crazy when you think about it. The most amount of longs opened was at the very, very high. So like people just gave up and FOMO'd in fully. And that's when you got, well, the first sign of your reversal, no? So yeah, the market, although we say the market is random, this market can definitely be very well guessed. Let's just say that. Of course, it's still an educated guess, but this market has characteristics. This market has reoccurring patterns that happen again and again and again and again and again. So yes, although the market's random, it's fairly easy to predict. Take that for what you will. The characteristics are reoccurring. Let's just say that. And with that said, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, smash the likes. Before you go, give me a massive, massive, massive thumbs up on the video. Smash the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that would be lovely. And I suppose, what should I say? If we get, I don't know, 600 likes, I'll release the trade of the week video. If that's of interest to you, I will release that one probably tomorrow, I suppose. Well, you can still see what's going on this trade. But yeah, for my final thoughts, I do have the long from the low. I do have a short from the high. And I'm waiting for this range, for a bit of a break of this range. Now, if we break up, I'll obviously close the short and look for the next potential short above us. If we break down, well, I'll look for the next potential long down here. We'll simultaneously have that short. So right now, we have a range going on between here. Okay, roughly drawn, but we have a range going on. Okay, we're just going sideways. We know if we break the lower the range where we're trading to. We know if we break the higher the range where we're trading to. And right now we have just a simple range to trade, which is the exact range I was predicting literally last night. So yeah, now it's just a waiting game really. Obviously I could go through altcoins, but I want to wrap this video up. But yeah, there are opportunities on alts right now. Obviously, the altcoins are pretty, doing pretty well. Yeah, I think the best one is probably Sushi, the one that I'm in. But yeah, Sushi's doing really well. But I think I'll do alts another day. I don't want this video to go on any longer, really. So yeah, cheers everybody. Have a brilliant day. And enjoy it, no? Just trade this, just look for the break of this current range. And why is this a range? Well, we had really important support below us with the single prints. We had really big resistance with the point of control. Of course, you've got to think you form a range. And yeah, know the levels, make the plan, trade the plan, make money. Cheers, everybody. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Bye.